Another day, another story. Welcome to the world of history and unbelievable facts. In today's video, join us as we unveil the tales of 9 most significant famines in history. Also known as the Irish Potato Famine, was a catastrophic event that forever changed the course of Irish history. The famine was primarily caused by the widespread failure of potato crops, which were a staple food for the Irish population. The blight, a disease that infected the potatoes, led to mass starvation, disease outbreaks, and mass emigration. The Great Famine resulted in the death of approximately 1 million people and the emigration of millions more, leaving a lasting impact on Ireland's population and culture. Bengal Famine was one of the deadliest famines in recorded history, affecting the Bengal region of present-day India and Bangladesh. The famine was triggered by a combination of factors, including severe drought, crop failures, and oppressive land taxation policies imposed by the British East India Company. These factors exacerbated the impact of the famine on the vulnerable population. The Bengal Famine of 1770 resulted in the deaths of an estimated 10 million people, making it one of the deadliest famines in history. The tragic event led to significant social and economic upheaval in the region. Also known as the 3 Years of Great Famine, was a man-made disaster that occurred during Chairman Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward campaign. The famine was a result of disastrous economic policies and forced collectivization of agriculture, which led to widespread crop failures, inadequate food distribution, and poor management of resources. The Great Chinese Famine is estimated to have caused the deaths of between 15 to 45 million people, making it one of the deadliest famines in history. The profound human suffering and socio-economic consequences of the famine continue to resonate in Chinese society. Often referred to as the Holodomor, remains one of the most tragic chapters in Ukrainian history. The famine was a man-made disaster orchestrated by Soviet leader Joseph Stalin through forced collectivization and confiscation of grain. The Ukrainian population was deliberately starved as a means of suppressing Ukrainian nationalism. Estimates suggest that the Ukrainian famine claimed the lives of millions of people, with figures ranging from 2.4 to 7.5 million deaths. The Holodomor is recognized as a genocide by several countries and continues to shape Ukrainian national identity. This famine brought international attention to the devastating impact of drought, conflict, and political instability on vulnerable populations. Prolonged drought, coupled with civil war and government mismanagement, contributed to the severity of the famine. The international community's response to the crisis highlighted the importance of humanitarian aid and global cooperation. The Ethiopian famine resulted in the deaths of an estimated 400,000 to 1.2 million people, with millions more suffering from malnutrition and displacement. The tragic images of suffering and the international response led to significant changes in aid and development policies. Also known as the Arduous March, was a period of widespread food shortages and starvation in North Korea. The famine was a result of multiple factors, including natural disasters, economic mismanagement, and the collapse of the Soviet Union, which led to the loss of crucial aid and trade for the country. The North Korean famine is estimated to have caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands to millions of people. The secretive nature of the North Korean regime makes it challenging to obtain accurate figures, but the impact on the population was profound. Often referred to as the Forgotten Famine, was a significant event in Irish history. The famine was caused by extreme weather conditions, including an exceptionally cold winter and a wet and cold summer, leading to crop failures and livestock losses. The lack of preparedness and inadequate relief efforts exacerbated the suffering of the Irish population. The Irish Famine of 1740 to 1741 resulted in a significant loss of life, with estimates ranging from 300,000 to 480,000 deaths. The famine had a profound impact on Irish society, further exacerbating the already challenging socio-economic conditions of the time. Also known as the Povlje Famine, was a severe food shortage that affected multiple regions of the Soviet Union. The famine was a consequence of the aftermath of World War I, the Russian Revolution, and the ensuing Civil War. These events disrupted agricultural production, transportation systems, and the overall economy, leading to widespread food shortages. The Soviet famine of 1921 to 1922 is estimated to have caused the deaths of millions of people, with figures ranging from 5 to 10 million. Impact of the famine further destabilized the Soviet Union and highlighted the challenges of transitioning to a communist regime. Mozambique famine was a result of a combination of natural disasters, political instability, and the effects of the Mozambican Civil War. Devastation, droughts, and a protracted armed conflict severely affected agricultural production and infrastructure, leading to widespread food shortages and malnutrition. The Mozambique famine resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people and displaced millions. Also known as the 3 years of natural disasters, was a devastating period marked by a combination of drought, floods, locust infestations, and wartime conditions. The famine was exacerbated by the effects of World War II, including disruptions in transportation and agricultural production, as well as government policies and economic mismanagement. The Chinese famine of 1942 to 1943 is estimated to have caused the deaths of millions of people, with figures ranging from 2 to 4 million. The tragic event left a lasting impact on China, contributing to social and political changes in the country. The great famines throughout history serve as stark reminders of the fragility of our existence. As we reflect on these tragedies, may we learn from the past and work towards creating a world where hunger and suffering become a thing of the past. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.